Morning. Wait for a few people to join over here. What is with these songs, man? Okay. Let's wait for a few people to join here and then we're gonna get started. Morning. Hope everyone is doing well. So we've got a few people here now. So I think we're good to start breaking down GDP JPY. Morning, Ash. Morning. Okay. So let's start off here with GDP JPY. So looking on the daily time frame, it does look like this daily candle here, this current daily candle, is starting to come down. It may want to do a retracement to this resistance area, 137,200. It may want to form a further support to continue moving up. Coming up to 138,100, somewhere around there. At the same time, if it can successfully close back below 137,200, I think we're going to correct some of this move, coming back down to 135,890, 135,900. Okay, so let's focus in here on the smaller time frame. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's clear everything once again, because we want to look at now the most recent price action on the higher time frame. So looking on the 4-hour, this was the resistance that we broke out of, and then before the weekend, price came up and it created a high. We created a high over here at 137,850, and it does seem like we are doing a retracement on the 4-hour time frame. So we need a support to be formed, something along those lines, for price to continue moving up to retest the high, right? So it does look like it reacted to this previous area here to the left hand side. So if we stretch this across, we can see that it kind of tapped into this area, and it rejected it. So that's really important. Let's look at the 1 hour. When we go down to the 1 hour time frame, okay, so when we look at the 1 hour, this was the high that price created in the before the weekend and in the Asian Open, right? And this is a support down over here that was created also maybe late Asian, pre-London. So this support area, 137,470, this is a strong support level. Now in the previous hour London Open, we've come down and we tapped into this support, and we're starting to potentially reject. So we have to look at the fact that we also have a minor resistance formed here as well. So we can see now we are in this range. Let's measure this range. So if we measure this range, this is a 15 pip range. It's a 15 pip range. So if we break below this support on the hour time frame, we look left, we have at least a 20 pip range to correct some of this move. So let's remove this and let's neaten this up now, because we want to really focus in on our time frame. So yeah, this is what we want to be looking at as a potential sell target. I think a good first sell target. And then the thing we're going to break that, I think most likely place is going to come down to 137,100. okay, so we're looking at the fact that we need to break above this resistance for price to continue moving up to retest the high, right? So now when we go down to the 30 minute, let's go down to the 30 minute real quick, and now on the 30 minute time frame, we can see that we tried to break out of this range here from the pre-London. So pre-London pushed price above this range until we tried to form a support. So we tried to form a support. So if we look here, right, so here's your breakout candle. This is your breakout candle. The next candle closed bearish, but it closed above this area here, right? Closed above. The next candle closed bullish, but it closed a very weak bullish. It closed very weak, and now we saw the next candles come back and it closed back in the range. So back in the range, and now it's kind of tapping into this support area that we have down over here. Oh, is the music loud? Okay. Yeah, someone told me that it wasn't too bad last night, so I mean, we can have music off if you guys want the music off. It makes no difference to me. Let me know if you want the music off. Did that make any difference? Did that make any difference? Let me know. So, yeah, anyway, getting back to GDP JPY. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, you know, I think at this point we'd either want to see, you know, maybe a break above this resistance here, because it looks like it kind of rejected this area here in general. So, you know, if we want to be more conservative, we may want to look for buys above 137,660. Now, if we measure this range, this is like also a 20-foot range as well. So I think that's going to be a better idea. So yeah, it's okay now. Okay, perfect. Oh, perfect. So yeah, so this is what we're looking at here, right? We're in this range right now. So if you guys watched the stream last night, this is what happened last night. So as I was saying, I'd want to wait for a pullback and a resistance to be formed. So it kind of looked like it created that, but that move couldn't be sustained. It couldn't be pushed further down. Almost reached our target over here, to this area, but it looks like, you know, created this new support within this vicinity. So I'm looking at the fact that now we still have this clean count to left hand side to at least this retracement level here. So we're going to really be focusing on that for sales on GDP JPY. But 137,660 just above, we have a 4-hour resistance. Yeah, but what I look at is, if you watch my streams, you'll see that I always look to need to nut my zone as I go down each zone, right? So we start off with the 4-hour time frame and we read the 4-hour time frame zone, and then we go down to the 1-hour time frame, and then you're starting to look to neaten up your zone. So let's say we was neatening it up from the 1 hour, we'd be pulling down this is the 1 hour resistance, and here is nah, music is loud, can't hear you. Okay, look, I'm gonna turn the music off because I don't know how to sort that out. That's gonna be irritating if it's too loud, so I apologize for that. So yeah, as I was saying, you know, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, right? If you go to the 1 hour time frame and you want to have obviously the 4 hour in the back of your mind, etc. But you know, if we're focusing on the smaller time frames, this is your most recent support and this is your most recent resistance on the 1 hour, right? So you can see here, price is just ranging. It's in a range. You can't take a sell because we have support, and you can't take a buy because we have a resistance. So that's at this point where you know, we're going to need to wait for some form of clear direction. So I think a break above this hourly resistance is going to be good to continue moving up. At the same time, a break below this support is going to be good to continue moving down. That's all we're really going to be looking at here, right? Because we're in a range. We can't take a trade while we're in this range. So now what we want to do is we want to go to the 30-minute time frame, and then we go to the 30-minute time frame. This kind of area makes sense. You may want to bring it up to this area if you want to be a bit more conservative, because this is the point at which price rejected this morning. So I'm probably going to go with that, but keeping in mind the hourly. So if we get an hourly close above this area, that's going to be good for, you know, price to continue moving up. So we may want to see a support formed above 137,660, 670, or, you know, just a break above, something along those lines. But right now, it's just ranging. So yeah, we're going to wait over here for a bit more of a clear direction. So GJ, GJ, there's no trade right now. Let's check out Euro JPY. Let's go to Euro JPY. So, looks like Euro JPY is breaking up over here. But let's do some fresh analysis, because then you'll get to see how I break it down. So, let's start off with the daily time frame. We spoke about on Euro JPY the fact that daily candle closed back above this support. Because back above this daily support, looks like this daily candle is creating a bottom, maybe liquidity wick for price to continue moving up. If we look left, we have clean traffic on Euro JPY coming up to 125,600. Now let's go down to the 4 hour, because now what I'm going to do on the 4 hour time frame is I'm going to seek to neaten up the 4 hour. Okay, so we're just keeping these ideas in the back of our head. So it looks like the 4 hour is creating some support down over here, and the 4 hour created a high before the weekend, right? This is the high that was created. So for the retest of the high, we would need a support formed. A support formed on the 4 hour time frame, something along those lines, right? So let's go to the 1 hour now. As we go down to the 1 hour time frame, we're going to start to get a clearer picture of what's going on. So on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we reacted to this support down over here at 124 600. And now at the same time, we're also approaching this strong area over here, right? This is our next strong area. This was a previous support. Candles come up and it's closed below this area. So we want to see a close above this kind of vicinity for price to continue moving up. Now, as we go down to the smaller time frames, we look at the 30-minute. Now we can really start to, look to neaten up our zones. So this makes sense. We're in a range. Price should continue moving up. It just needs to close above this area. We can even just start to neaten this up this is our most recent price action. So if we look at it from a standpoint, this is our most recent price action. This candle has closed above, right? This candle has closed above this area. So if we look, this bullish candle is closed above this resistance. This candle had no wick to the top, right? And this was a previous support, okay? So one or two things you're going to wait for. First thing is this candle is going to be creating its liquidity wick to start pushing further up and drive up into this area. Or it's going to maybe close like a weak bearish above this zone, at which point you want to wait for a support to be formed, again, for price to continue moving up. So that's something I'm gonna look for. So if we can successfully form a support over here, when we look left, we have a clean counter left hand side, and we have an area of issue over here. So this is going to be our first target. Now this is probably going to be a very small range on Euro JPY, so we have to obviously take that into consideration. So yeah, this is like a 7-pip range, so it's not really good, not really a good range. So I think a better range is above this area, and then we have this clean move coming up to kind of retest the highs. So I'm going to be more inclined to look at that, but we're going to be focusing here on GJ. Now if we can form a minor resistance back down over here, I think there's a very high chance we can retest this low that was created in the pre-London session, okay? So we're going to be focusing in on that. But we're going to need to see what happens with this candle. So it does look like it's creating a liquidity wick to continue pushing up as this candle's closed above. But, if we measure the stop loss over here, stop is going to be like 15 pips for like a 7-pip reward. So it's just, yeah, there's no trade there. So yeah, as we can see, GJ just still ranging. Let's check. So gold shouldn't have much volume, due to those sales played out from the Asian session. Gold shouldn't have much volume because it's USD bank holiday. So we're gonna see what happens for the SEC here. Just looking on gold on the 30-minute, it looks like we're reacting to this support area here at 1924,900. We also have a resistance or a high created. In fact, let's bring that down. At 1936.20. So we'll see what happens. See what happens over here. We also do have this clean traffic coming down to support. So we're going to keep an eye on gold, but I don't think there's going to be much there'll be less volume with it because of the USD. G-CAD. G-CAD is also on holiday today, so there's going to be less volume, but it's going to be solely influenced by the pound, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So, yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's check out the Footsie over here. Let's start off with the daily on the Footsie. So very choppy, but it does look like it's trying to come up maybe to fill this daily wick over here at 60.40. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame on the Footsie. So the 4-hour looks like it closed above this minor resistance. It looks like it's tapped into this support, maybe generating some liquidity to push further up and fill this wick over here. And as we look left, we can see, you know, we have clean traffic coming up to this previous support. It's exactly where we tapped into, right? So I think if we're going to start creating, you know, a minor support around this level, I think there's a very high chance we're going to continue moving up. I think there's a very high chance. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. So looking on the 1 hour, yeah, this makes sense because this was a resistance and a previous resistance. Price came up and it did a fake out. So I think a close back above this level is going to be good. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, I think we're going to need to wait. So I think to take a buy on the Footsie, I'd want to see a pullback and a support formed to continue moving up. Just because there's a lot of areas of issue here. So once we get that support, I think there's going to be a much higher chance that price is going to continue pushing up. Hi, what do you think about GU? Well, USD holiday, so you're gonna have to take that into consideration. But if you want to send a chart, we can check out what you're looking for. That's no problem, Ali. Yeah, so GJ is just ranging here. I mean, usually it would have broken out by now, but we just gotta wait. We gotta wait over here. Yeah, just a waiting game over here on GJ. Still a waiting game over here on the Footsie. But I think the Footsie looks good to continue moving bullish. Just gonna need to wait for a retracement. Let's check out USD bank holiday, but we'll see because it's still the stock market. So it looks like it should continue pushing up over here, the US 30 or the Dow, to retest these highs, these historic highs that we created. Let's go to the 4-hour. So looking on the 4-hour time frame, looks like it does have some more room coming up. It may incur some issues around this 4-hour support level, but it does seem like, you know, it should continue pushing up. It's also created a support here on the 4-hour time frame to continue moving up. Let's look at the 1 hour. So looking on the 1-hour time frame, it's created a support for price to continue moving up. It's also creating a support over here, which is good. So I think it looks good to continue moving up. Looking at the 30-minute, yeah, this looks very good to continue moving up. This is the high that was created in the session before London. So that looks like it's going to come up and retest that. And then as we look left, yeah, so I think this is the point at which we may incur some issues up over here. So I think once it breaks this high, it's going to continue pushing further up to, you know, this next level. So we'll have to see how we react over there. Let's look at GJ. Yeah, still just ranging over here, but it's a Monday, so we're gonna wait and see what happens. Now this 4-hour candle hasn't closed, But it does seem like, you know, if we can respect this area as a support, I think there's a very high chance we're going to continue up to retest the high. It looks like this support down over here is being respected. So on the higher time frames, I'm thinking more bullish right now. Ooh, more bullish right now than bearish. Okay, so if we look at Euro JPY is coming down over here. So this could potentially be a fake out. It's got 4 minutes left to close. So, I mean, this range is just not big enough really for Euro JPY. Has anybody got any charts? Any questions? So where's everybody from over here? Let's see where everybody's from. But we've got some people from all around the world. I find it really fascinating how we have this community here with people from all different parts of the world. I think it's fantastic. Really making most of the blessings that we have in terms of the internet, and you know, being able to contact people from the other side of the world is incredible. So let's look at G-CAD as well. So looking on Australia. Wow. Lebanon. Fantastic. Nashville, USA. I presume TN, is that Tennessee? Am I right? I'm actually due to come out to the States next year. I was supposed to come this year, but obviously it got cancelled due to the corona. So another Australia. We've got a British guy living in Colombia. So wow, it's awesome. Yeah, it's fantastic, man. I think it's great. So anyway, just while you guys are finishing putting where you're from in the chat, let's just quickly break down G-CAD. So Daily's created a support before the weekend on here in GDP CAD. So it may kind of react to this level here to start driving further down. And it does have this kind of area over here that it may tap into, which it already has, but it may continue moving down, break below the support, and then we have this clean traffic on the daily. But ultimately I want to focus in on the smaller time frames. So let's clear this now. Looking on the 4 hour on GDP CAD, it looks like we're creating a resistance over here. We did create a low, so I think there's a very high chance you know, it should continue moving down, but clearly it needs to break some form of area of issue before it may do so. So let's go to the 1 hour. So I think for G-CAD to be able to break down, it has this area here, right? I think it needs to break below this support for price to continue moving down. So this is the resistance that was created, and as we look left, we can see we do have this clean counter left hand side coming up to this next area here as well. Let's go to the 30-minute real quick. Ooh, Pakistan, nice. Let's look at the 30-minute. So yeah, looking on the 30-minute, we can even bring this up a little bit, and we have this zone here. So it looks like we're kind of tapping into this vicinity. So I'd personally want to wait for something outside of this zone. Now looking on the 30-minute time frame, it does seem like we did a fake out over here to the upside, you know, during pre-London. So I think that was the first move ultimately for G-CAD. But I think if you can successfully break below this support, we can see here we have clean counter to left hand side, coming back down to this next support area at 1.70605. So definitely gonna look at that. Imran's from South Africa. Oh, nice, Imran. Yeah, man, that is a beautiful country. I've never been there, but my goal in life is to do a safari there. That would be that'd be amazing. So yeah, wow, man. GJ closed bullish. It's respecting this support, but it's still, you know, in this range. So we're not going to touch it until it breaks out. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, it looks like the 15-minute may start to climb up, but we're going to be patient here. We're going to wait. We're going to wait patiently. Yeah, so looking at Euro JPY, it closed back in the range. So I think at this point, you know, it's just ranging over here. So a few pairs ranging here today. Gold still ranging. G-CAD ranging. US 30 came up, tapped into this area here, but it's starting to pull back. Look at the Footsie. Oh yeah, Footsie just pushed. It came nearly up to our target, but it looks like that couldn't be sustained. So it's probably going to come out and fill this wick over here. So no entry for us. So we're still waiting over here. I think what I'll do is, if there's ever a time that I need to go out, I'm not talking, I'll put the music on, and at least it's not dead silent for you guys, you know. Yeah, there's no rush to take a trade right now. You know, it's ranging. It's a Monday. You know, we're gonna want to really play it safe on a Monday. That's really important. So today's the first day we're up in the ante here. I'm very excited to start trading 2 lots this week. I did it a few weeks ago. Like, I traded a few 2 lots, but then I realized I wasn't really consistent with it. I was just kind of increasing my risk if I thought it was a really good setup. But this week we're going to keep everything the same as I have done for the whole month of September and the first week of October, which is straight 1 lots. GJ buys if 4-hour closes above previous 4-hour body. Well, Tate, I would agree. However, what you want to see is, remember, look, time frames move all the same, right? Time frames move the same. So if we treat the 4-hour like we would the smaller time frame, to me, it looks like we're rejecting this area. If we stretch that left, this was a previous liquidity zone to the upside to reject. We're now seeing potential same thing happen on the 4-hour to potentially, and we say potentially, continue pushing up. Now, I would say that price created a high. It's done a retracement and it's trying to form a support. So if this 4-hour can close bullish, yes, there's a very high chance that the next 4-hour candle is going to come up to retest the high, right? Because candles move the same on all time frames. But that's where we have to then go down to smaller time frames to find confluences in that idea. So then we look at the 1-hour and we say, okay, well, price needs to break above this 1-hour resistance for that to happen. If it rejects this 1-hour, the 4-hour isn't going to come up and retest this area, right? So that's where we're looking at that in confluence. And then we can go to the 30-minute and we can say, okay, well, the 30-minute candle needs to break above the 30-minute resistance for that to happen as well, right? So these are all the things that you put in confluence for you to map out the 4-hour the higher time frame moves, right? So if we go to the 4 hour again, so this 4 hour candle hasn't closed yet, so there isn't that confirmation yet. So we're now saying, right, 4 hour needs to close bullish. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour needs to break above 30 minute needs to break above, right? That's how you're putting your time frames in confluence. That's really, really important. And then at that point, the daily should flip bullish and continue moving up to 138. So we're literally just all trying to put this in confluence. Same with, okay, let's say the 4 hour, right? The 4 hour doesn't. It closed like a weak candle, right? If the 4 hour is going to continue moving down, it needs to break the low over here, right? It needs to break the low, and then we have the clean traffic to the left, right? We look left and we see the clean candle. So for that to work, let's put that in confluence with our smaller time frames. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, well, for that to work, we need to break this 1 hour support, right? 4 hour can't come down if it's not breaking below the support. Then we go to the 30 minute. We need the 30 minute support to break for that 4 hour to push further down, and then we have this clean traffic to left hand side. Okay, better buys above 137, 770. Yeah, that's up to you. I'm just looking at the fact that, okay, so yeah, this was a good buy above this area, because look, when I look left, right, we spoke about this yesterday. I don't know if anybody was here for the pre-market open, but we spoke about this yesterday. So if we look left, this is the point at which we tapped into the Asian session and rejected, and this was a previous support. So if we can successfully close above 137, 850, you know, around this vicinity, as we look left, we have this clean candle to left hand side, and this is a range. This is a really big range, but it does seem like there's clean candles to fill this range. So I think if we break above, there's a very high chance we're going to, you know, fill this range. Let's measure this. See, this is like a 40 pip range, so that would be a really good buy. So yeah, there's definitely that opportunity as well. I'm just looking at the fact that, okay, for the high to be retested, a close above this resistance, this rejection area, would be good. Otherwise, I'm looking for sales below this 30-minute support to continue moving down. Sales below 137, 460. Around this vicinity area, it looks good to continue down, because then at that point, this is the last area of issue. You may incur some issues down over here, but I think we should be good with volume. So yeah. Right, we've got 47 people in here today. Welcome everybody. Anybody who's new to the stream here, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. So we're just waiting for a breakout here on GJ. So this is the point at which people are going to start getting a bit itchy, expecting price to start breaking out. But we need to wait for that close. We need to be safe. We need to wait for that close. I think the hourly was always good in terms of to come down and retest the low. Like, that made sense. But I don't think there was an entry really, unless, you know, you took your entries up over here. Because if we look at the hourly time frame, we had a low created over here, we had a retracement, so it kind of moved the same little time frames, right? And then we had a resistance formed, and then price to continue moving down. But I think that was pretty hard and pretty risky on that particular occasion. So yeah, I'm not phased by what it's doing now. I'm just gonna wait. If we missed a move, we missed a move. If we missed a move, we missed a move. That's just how it goes. So hourly's coming down over here. It's breaking below this support. Let's look at the 30 minute. 30 minutes coming down. Yeah, we have to wait. If we missed a move, we missed a move. Yeah, I think it's really important for the discipline, because we don't know where it could tap into and start. Yeah, see, look at that. I mean, I know it's not rejected, but we're gonna be extra good here today. Okay, gold's starting to break down over here. Gold is starting to push down, come down and fill this wick. G-CAD kind of doing the same thing, but I think a minor resistance below 1.70890 is going to be a much better idea. Footsie starting to reject. So if we get a rejection and a support formed, I think that's also going to be a good idea. Ooh, look at GJ now. Back in the range. Back in the range. So yeah, I hope no one took sells because it has not broken out yet. Got my new desk chair coming today. Very excited about that. I've got this big gaming chair. Gonna be able to put my feet up now. So just got a text actually. I got a text saying my Amazon driver is on its way. So I was like, yes. It's a shame it couldn't come before the stream, but that's how it goes. Yeah, it's nice to see the stream growing, man. It was, first day we only had 6 people. Think about it, within a week now we got nearly 50 people watching. So it takes time to grow, but people will see the value that, on my way of trading. I really preach patience. So yeah. Got no one from the group on here today. So expecting all my group members to be on here today. Speaking of the devil, well, we got one coming in.
Morning,
mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Literally, just before you came into the room, I was like, I got no one here from the group in here today. I was expecting everybody to be in, and then
Yeah, man.
I saw you trying to jump in. So
yeah, I was just doing a few things around the house, but I was just noticing G-CAD weren't really doing anything. So
yeah, I just broke down G-CAD. I was looking at this area here.
Yeah, that's what I've got as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Because then at that point, if we break below this area, we have this clean move. So what I was thinking was, I know it's a CAD bank holiday, but in some ways, that might not be a bad thing, because then you're gonna have this sole influence of just the pound being open. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Because if we look, GJ and G-CAD, they look to be very similar at the moment. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I would expect less volume. But I would say just because the pound's open, it should be okay. But other obviously pairs like USD pairs, they're gonna really they will
slow.
obviously lack volume. Yeah, but gold seems to be moving without the volume anyway. So oh wow, look at GJ. I hope no one took sells over here. Because, man, this could be one of those days. I hope it's not going to be one of those days, but it could be one of those rangy days. I'd rather get it out of the way, though. If it's going to range one day in the week, I'd rather it be on Monday. Because then I know if it's going to break out on Tuesday, it's going to be a hard breakout. Philip, are you a full-time trader? Well, yeah, pretty much. I trade full-time when I can trade. So, I mean, like, I do other things as well. I have other things going on in my life, but essentially I would class myself as a full-time trader because I'm committed to it. I do it every day. I do it at the same time every day. So yeah, I would say I am, yeah. But like in the afternoon and stuff, I have other things going on. So that's why I've just committed now to just pretty much my morning, and then after that, I call it a day. And yeah, get on with
How are
some.
how are you finding trading like parts of London? Do you
Mm.
like it?
So to be honest with you, ever since I started trading New York, I was always up earlier than most people who trade New York. So I would come to the charts around 9 o'clock. That's why I decided to do the live stream at 9, because ever since I was watching the charts, I'd always start watching from 9, because when it came to the London session, just before London Open, pre-London and London Open, I'd find it very difficult, be very volatile, things of that nature. So I started realizing, after 9 o'clock, it starts to kind of settle down and create its direction. That's after the first 4 hour close. And at the same time, I'm looking at, okay, so we have maybe 1 or 2 hours, and then pre-New York volume comes in. So I'm looking at the fact that, okay, with nothing is coming in at 9 o'clock, then I know I have to just wait maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, and then we're going to have some more volume start coming in. So to be honest with you, I've kind of always been used to the way it moved. I would just try and execute, nearer the pre-New York volume, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because like, obviously, a lot of people jump on pre New York and they haven't really prepared. So if
Yeah.
you're coming in a bit earlier, you can get set up and that.
Yeah, exactly. So now I look at it. So anytime from 9, I'll take a trade, because I know at that point I've let the London Open volume settle down. Because if you look at London Open, most times there's a push, right? If you look at this candle, there's a push, right?
Yeah,
So once you wait for that push, it's going to give you an overall direction. So if we look at what was that? So yeah, so we had a push, right? London Open, we had that push, and then if you wait and then look from 9 o'clock, it gives you that better direction. I know that this probably isn't the best example, but if you look at the volatility of the London Open, we had a push up and then a push down, right? A complete reverse, and then at least once we know we start breaking below our key levels after the 9 o'clock, at that point I'm like, okay, well, we've corrected this whole move up to come down, so now there's a higher chance we're going to continue moving down, right? Because we've corrected the push up. We should have continued in that direction. The same way, if London Open does push it up, I'll be looking for either continuation or the same thing will happen here, which is, a reversal, and then we look to take it the other way. So I think personally, it's the best time that I understand to trade. Like, in all the time that I've watched the charts now, it's the session that I understand the most. Like, actual New York session, so from 1 o'clock to NYSE, I understand probably like the second best. But I find it very difficult in terms of its volatility, its pullbacks, and things of that nature. So this is my best. This is when I'm at my best. So this is why I want to definitely be trading this every day. Asian session, I don't think you can be at your best, because there's only X amount of opportunities within a week. So I just know now with the Asian session to filter out bad trades and potential good trades. So you typically see me take maybe 2 Asian trades now a week, but apart from that, I don't really touch it. I just sit and watch and just kind of get things done in the evening. But yeah, man, if you see GJ now, this full retracement. So this is why we have to be very patient. See if G-CAD done the same thing. Yeah, it's starting to pull up over here. It maybe looks like it's trying to close above this support from the Asian session, but we'll have to see. But I think personally, if you get a support formed at this area, I think that would be good to continue moving up. Or like a break high over here. Because we see
I think this week.
Go on.
Yeah, I'll say for G-CAD, I think this week we're going to be bearish, but obviously the first couple of days you might see that top wick form.
Yeah, I was looking
obviously
at that.
head down later on.
Yeah, because if we look at the weekly, was it the weekly? Yeah, because weekly created a resistance. So this was the support, and now we have a rejection here on the weekly. Right, this is our rejection zone. But I do think that what's probably most likely going to happen is we're going to maybe pop up a little bit more, and then start to drive down, because this is quite a drop back down to these low points. So I think we're going to need to potentially see a bit more of a pop up before we start driving down. But I would agree with you that the higher time frames look pretty bearish. Let's go to the daily. So yeah, looking on the daily, I think it's going to pop up because it's created a support here on the daily time frame. So there is a high chance. I think we're going to come in and maybe like reject this vicinity. Right, we're going to maybe, create some deeper liquidity within this vicinity and then start to drive further down. But obviously things can change. So if for say we start to see bullish candles close within this area, then I think at that point we maybe start to maybe come back up and tap within to this vicinity and either reject, or you'd want to see support formed above this vicinity, and then you'll get that confirmation for a potential push further up. Because then at that point, if we go to the weekly again, I know the weekly candle rejected, but you do see them circumstances where it creates resistance, and then when the next candle just goes boom, that would be the catalyst for that would be a support on the daily forming, around 1.70, so 1.72, I say just 2000, 1.72,000, or just kind of within this rejection area. Because if you can look, we're creating this liquidity to start driving down, right? These lower high liquidity zones. So essentially, if we get candles closing within this area, that may be the start of the new reversal. So we'd want to see we want to keep seeing rejections of these zones for price to continue moving down.
Yeah, nice one for that. Cheers.
Yeah, no worries, mate. But yeah, focusing in on the smaller time frames, I've seen this kind of candle structure a lot. If this candle can close, so basically if this candle closes a week bearish, I think there's a very high chance the next one may create like a bottom wick and then start to drive up, breaking the high. That's something that I see happen a lot. But it's important where this candle closes right now. If it closes week bullish, then I'll be actually less I would say the buys would be less probable if it closes a week bullish. But if it closes week bearish, then you may be expecting like a volume push to break the high, and then push it further up with this clean counter left hand side. So I think that could be a good opportunity, but we'll see what happens there. But if you want to,
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I think if
wait for candle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for candle closes this week, because of last week I got in a few impulses that I probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
Getting ahead of myself a bit too much. So
yeah, I mean, if you wanna like one evening we can go through them impulse entries, because when it comes to impulse entries, for me there's just a certain impulse style that I find works best. Otherwise I tend to just stay away from them. So we can definitely look at that, and then maybe there's something that we can tweak with that. So yeah, bear with that. I think, like you say, this week just maybe stick to the closes, and it will give you another week of just looking at impulse entries and just saying, okay, well, that's how I could have caught this, that's how I could have caught this, and then compare them with the impulse entries you took last week as well. So that's gonna maybe give you a bit of perspective on what you could have how you could have done better, or that type of thing.
yeah.
So looking at Euro JPY is coming down over here, so it did a fake out. But yeah, that's what I was worried about. So I was thinking it's better to wait for a support. Man, GJ is still ranging over here. Yeah, I think we've got like another hour and a half, and then it seems like it's just gonna range. So gold is coming down. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah. No, we're going to stick to the 30-minute. I think think we missed the boat on gold so far, but there was no confirmation for sales over here. And plus with gold, in the last like couple minutes, it could do a retracement. Hey man, do you look at charts? People saying yes, Tate. I do. Yeah, no one's actually sent a chart in this morning today, so if you want to be the first, be my guest. I will check that out for you, no problem. Yeah, that's the thing, man. People, you know, if you want to improve, if you want to have a second opinion on the idea that you're looking at, then do send a chart, because it is going to help you, you know. Oh, wow, look at that on the Footsie, man. That is a huge fake out.
Yeah, Footsie looks really hard to trade, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty difficult. I'm just looking at it from a confluence perspective of GJ. So I've been noticing a few things, but I'm going to keep watching just to kind of like see how that works in the long run. But I've just been noticing if there's no news, they work like negatively, kind of negatively correlated. So if the Footsie's up, the pound's down. But if there's news, they both drop in the same way. So if the Footsie drops, then the pound will drop. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's an extra like confluence or correlation, however you want to go with it. Awful markets. Yeah, right now market conditions are clearly choppy. So this is where you have to say to yourself, right, I can clearly see the market conditions are choppy, right? We faked out over here. We're tapping into this area, rejecting. So I'm going to be really patient. I'm going to be really conservative. I'm going to make sure I protect my capital, and I'm going to sit on my hands, and I'm going to wait. Can you give us an example of an impulse entry and a safe entry? So yeah, I suppose so. I'd say my rule of thumb with impulse entries is trend. So that's a really big thing, is the trend. So okay, let's see if I can spot an example. Okay, I think this is a good example. So if we look at this trend over here, right? It's probably not the best example, but for the moment, this is the example that I've kind of like just spotted. That makes sense. So if we look, so this was a resistance to here, to the left-hand side, and we had a breakout. So at that point, you want to wait for a support, right? So you wait for a support over here, and then the next candle closes bearish. So now you're like, okay, now it's potentially just ranging. We need to wait for a further support. So you wait for a further support over here, and then let's say the next candle closes bearish, but the next candle closes weak bearish, but it's still closing above this area. We're still in an uptrend, right? We're still in an uptrend, so there's a very high chance it's going to continue pushing up at this point. But the next candle closed a weak bearish, so at that point I would say, okay, well, the candle closed weak. So if price is going to continue moving up, it may need to break the high of this bearish candle because it closed very weak, and it may continue pushing up to fill this range over here, right? Because this was the high that was created, and that was the point where I potentially take the impulsive. And then as you can see, okay, so you take the impulse, it pushes up into profit, but the candle closes bullish. So at that point I'd be like, okay, well, the candle closed in my direction, I think we're still good. I'm now going to keep my stop loss below this 30-minute candle, expecting price to continue moving up. So there's no reason at this point to reduce the risk. Candle's closing your direction. It broke the high. So it's all good. And then the next one would then push you up into profit. So I think at that point would have been a good impulse entry. So it's kind of just examples along those sort of lines. The worst impulse entry you can take is out of the range, in the range, sorry. So while it's ranging, like, you know, impulse entry, I don't know, like up over here, this would have been a bad impulse entry because it obviously clearly did a fake out. But it looks like it's coming down over here, but we've got 20 seconds, so it may not run without us. So at least we've been patient here, waiting for a close. So hopefully we see like a pullback. But we can't take a sell now. I can't take a sell now because stop loss is going to be like 16, 17 pips. So I'm going to look at the smaller time frames and see if we can get like a retracement. So let's look at the 30-minute. Cool, perfect. So 30-minute candle has closed below support. So I think personally at this point I'm gonna want to wait for like a minor resistance to be formed, just because the stop is going to be too big right now to take a sell. So that's the first thing. So if we can get a minor resistance formed to continue moving down, that'd be really good. So I'm gonna maybe check out the 15-minute, something along those lines. But yeah, I'm not going to take a sell over here now. I'm going to wait for a minor resistance to be formed. It's going to be a better idea. Okay, so let's check out this. Let's check out this chart over here. Ooh, what have I done there? I did this the other day. Oh, we need to. There we go. Okay, cool. So you took a buy, right? Entered a buy on the 1 hour and 30-minute close, bullish. Rejected solid 1 hour level, hard time also bullish. Okay, close 50% at 1-to-1 R2R to secure profit. Nice. Also possible resistance when looking left. So yeah, this kind of area here. Final TP set at strong resistance. Okay, rest of position stopped after moving stop loss to break even and securing profit. Yeah, perfect. You know, if you made profit, if the trade worked out, you secured positions, you knew exactly where you was going to secure profits, you knew exactly where you'd let your runner run. You put stop loss at break even, so your runner didn't take a loss. That's perfect trade. There's nothing that I can fault with it. Obviously the way that I trade, I would have been very wary of this area here as I was taking a buy, but it played out. So at the end of the day, I can't fault that. So yeah, that's the only thing that I would like maybe criticize, but I wouldn't want to criticize this because this is a good trade, a well managed trade. So yeah, there's nothing really there to fault. Okay, so GJ's coming down, but if we missed a move, we missed a move. I'm a bit wary. I think we maybe could have had a stop on the 15-minute, but yeah, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for a minor resistance. So I think that's gonna be better because this 30-minute candle, it may need to create some more of a top wick. So. Plus, I don't want to take a sell right within the first 3 minutes of a candle. That's probably not going to be a good idea.
I've been caught out that quite a lot where candles close with like little or no wick, and then it creates that top wick, and then it breaks the low. You get in, and then it retraces again all the way back up.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
100%. Would a risky sell be on the close of the 30-minute and a stop loss above the 15-minute? Yeah, I'd say that's a riskier sell because we don't know how high this candle is going to come up. If we look at the 30-minute candle, this is a big candle. It could come well up within this range before dropping down. So essentially, it could break the high of the 15-minute. So I'd say that's obviously more risky. So if you're someone that is, looking for less risky, then I would wait for a minor resistance to be formed, and then you're going to have much more confidence because right now it could do a retracement. So I just want to wait for maybe that to happen. I just don't feel comfortable taking a sell within the first 5 minutes of the candle as well. That's another thing. But it could run over here, it could go without us, and that's just the name of the game. I mean, we called this out. If it broke below, it should continue moving down. If I don't get an entry, I don't get an entry. But it does look like it's pushing down over here. So I think up on the 15-minute probably was the play. But yeah, I'm not going to be upset about it. all the
4 hour just
way.
opened as well.
Yeah, 4 hour just opened as
So
well. That's another good point. So yeah, let's look at how the 4 hour closed. Actually, that's a very good point. So 4 hour closed bearish, filled this wick over here. So I think there's a much higher probability now we are coming down. I think we are coming down. If we look at the 1 hour broke below support. I think we're gonna need to see a deeper retest, but it does look good to just continue pushing now. I think this was a very textbook sell, but it's just a shame that it had to push within the first 5 minutes. Otherwise, probably would have taken that. I just had this new rule, like if you get into the sell within like the first 5 minutes, it's gonna be a lot riskier than waiting for maybe like the second half of the candle, something along those lines. But yeah, if we miss it, we miss it. Euro JPY ranging, gold. Let's look at gold. Yeah, I think on gold, I think if we get another minor resistance formed on the 15-minute, I think gold should continue moving down. Yeah, I think GJ is going to run at this point, I have to admit. So I think if you're in sells, I think you should be good with the 15-minute high being respected. But if you're in profits already, I'd really be looking to, really manage the trade, because you have to understand, if it does do a retracement, are you going to want to sit through any drawdown and wait for that resistance to be formed? I do think at this point there's a high chance it's gonna reject. Sorry, not reject. Continue pushing down. But we'll see. What's G-CAD doing? G-CAD is still, yeah. See. If we wait for the candle to close, this candle did not close weak bearish. It closed a strong bearish. It engulfed this minor support. It's now at this next support area. So I think if you look at the sells on G-CAD, you'd want to let it make some form of low within this area, do a retracement, and then continue moving down. That's going to be your best bet, because you don't really want to take a sell at the low over here once it just breaks below, because then it could do that retracement, and then you're going to be sitting within that drawdown. But if you do miss it, then you do miss it. So that's where you have to make that decision.
yeah, I'll wait for resistance to be formed. Even if it comes down to like 1.70600, then it might create that low and then head back up.
Yeah. Let's check out the 15-minute. Yeah, I think you're definitely gonna need to wait for a support. It's gonna be much better. Okay. Oh, see? This was what I was worried about. This retracement. Oh, and then it goes back down. Yeah, just gonna have to wait. But it'd be nice. I want it to do the retracement, obviously, because then I know that, okay, as soon as I get a resistance formed, we should be good. So if you haven't already, guys, if you enjoy the stream, then obviously I'd really appreciate a like. If you drop a like on the stream, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, okay, I was just saying, the first day we done a live stream, we had 6 people coming and watch. Then the next day it was 12. Then we had like 22, and now today we've had 50 people come on the stream. So
Yeah, I was going to say it's picking up already. Like, I remember coming in the first day and there was like barely anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a good feeling. Yeah, it looks like GJ is gonna leave us for dead over here. Still waiting. Gold's coming down as well. I think here's another good example of an impulse entry. I mean, gold, you have to think gold is probably not the best pair as an example, but let's say like market structure wise, good impulse entry, you know, break of the low of this previous bullish candle, maybe, yeah, I think that's it really, because you know if you look, we're in a downtrend. This candle is like a retracement candle, so you just get that one retracement candle, and then if you see this, if you just feel this like heavy candle momentum coming in and it starts breaking the low, I think there's a very high chance it will continue moving down. But you just, yeah, gold, you have to be a bit more wary of impulse entries. I wouldn't even advise impulse entries on gold. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes left here for this 15-minute candle to close. I'd like it to close like a weak bearish, because then I would expect the next one to maybe pull back up to this area, and then at that point I'll be like, okay, fine, all we need to see now is a resistance formed. But we're gonna need to wait and see. Yeah, just still waiting over here. I think it's important to be patient. I don't always... So my rule of thumb, generally as well, is, you know, if we do get the breakout, I'm not always just going to take it just because it's broken out. You know, if we look at the stop loss on the 30-minute, is my safe stop loss placement. This is a 16, 17 pip stop loss, so it's slightly bigger than what I want to risk. Oh, pardon me. So I am happy missing the move to risk double what I would secure. So I would be happy. I'd be much rather miss the move and not get stung than get stung just to try and catch a move on a Monday. So I think we'll wait for the 15-minute count to close and we'll see how it closes over here.
Does look quite nice looking left though on GJ.
Yeah, I think once we get that minor resistance form, this is gonna be good. I think it's gonna be real good to continue moving down. Check out the foot. Wow, yeah, the Footsie that's just some crazy shit right there. But I'm still respecting this uptrend, so let's check out US 30. US 30 did the same thing. Did a fake out over here, back in the range. So I have to see. Okay, so 30 seconds for 15-minute candle to close. Oh, look at this retracement. Yeah, I mean, this is the first 15 minutes, right, of the hourly, of the 4-hour, of the 30-minute. So, yeah, I think it's pretty... Yeah, I don't think it was a good idea. That's why I'm glad I didn't take this. Okay, so that's good. That's what we want. We want to see a retracement. I'm happy about that. Obviously, if anyone's in sales, they're not going to be happy about that. But... Yeah, so cool. Perfect. This is what I want to see. So there's no way of impulse entry because this range is not big enough. So I think if I can get a minor resistance formed here, maybe on the 15-minute, then I think we're going to be good. Looking at the 30-minute time frame. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to wait over here. I'm going to wait. I definitely want to see a minor resistance formed for price to continue moving down. I'm just slightly skeptical right now. Bounced off the 4-hour wick to the left. Yeah, this seems to be like a very sensitive price area. So, you know, there could be that. But I do think it should continue moving down though. I do think so. It's just when there's not enough volume to potentially break through an area. Yeah, it looks like it's reacting to this previous resistance over here. So, but yeah, when there's potentially maybe not enough volume, initially it may, like, you know, pull up, something like that. So, you know, this is essentially what's happening now. So when that happens, that's the point at which I'd want to wait for like a resistance to be formed, because then that's almost like the second opportunity price is going to have a go to break in that zone. So if you get that, then I think there's a much higher chance that's going to continue moving down. But what I don't want, yeah, I want to see this candle maybe pop up into this area and then start to close bearish. So I think it's going to be a good idea. Morning, Paul. How's it going? If you're feeling better, bro, don't mind giving you the link. I'll drop it on the Discord if you want to jump on. So we're just waiting on some potential DJ sells over here. Yeah, looking for the same thing as well. Want to see that minor resistance formed on the 15-minute as well, yeah. Because right now, this doing the retracement that I was expecting. Awesome, let's get you in.
Yeah, we need a few more people in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, always got time for Paul. What about resistance on the 5-minute? Well, you have to remember that, you know, the smaller the time frame, the weaker the confirmation. So, I mean, if you're looking for resistance on the 5-minute, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder than waiting for something maybe on the 15-minute and the 30-minute. You're going to have a much higher win rate waiting for the 15-minute compared to the 5-minute. If it closes back in the range, what is your plan? I think at that point it's kind of done a fake out to the upside over here from the London Open, and then it would be doing a fake out coming into pre-New York. So I think at that point, maybe just wait for like a clearer breakout, but I'm not expecting it to do so right now. What's going on, Paul?
Yo, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just waiting on GJ over here for the minute.
Yeah, I'm watching GJ and gold.
Yeah, I was expecting less volume with gold today, I have to be honest, but it does look like it's still doing its thing over there.
Yeah, I missed my one entry on the 15-minute up at your 1930. Right there, that bullish one with the long wick at the top.
What, around this area?
1930, 577.
Oh, 1930.
Yep, that bullish guy right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once that one closed, that would have been my entry, but I was watching the hourly too hard.
Yeah.
It's all good. Hourly will give a better confirmation for a trade anyway.
Mm-hmm. So
you guys take anything yet this morning?
No, not yet. We're still waiting on GJ. Yeah, just waiting on GJ, to be honest. Was looking at gold if it could close. So I was looking at on the 30-minute time frame. I was looking for a break below this support because then we have this clean candle left hand side, but it just kind of came down without confirmation and now hit this target area that we had. But yeah, I didn't like this formation. I wanted to see it kind of engulf this support, but it didn't do that, so no trade for me. Keep the chart zoomed in. Yep, I'm trying to keep it zoomed in, but I also want to see what's going on, different time frames, different pairs, so a lot to look at. Yeah, man, I was just saying how the first day I had like 6 people come on, and now we've got nearly 50 people joining. So
yeah, bro, I saw that. I clicked on it because like your thing always pops up on my like
notifications.
No, yes, but not. That's not what I'm talking about. The
feed, is it feed?
like the suggested videos. And I saw you in the beginning. It was like 6, and then like 15, and then like last week you were hitting like 15 to like 20 something.
Yeah.
And then I looked again today, and it was like 50, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, that feels good, man. It's nice to see it grow as well.
Show up every day. That's all you gotta do.
Normally towards the end you get more as well, don't you?
Yeah, when I think it's when Monty closes off the stream, but I don't think he's streaming today. So, but yeah, usually when he closes off, I get this like sudden surge of like an extra 10.
Rakeel's not streaming today either. You could go longer.
I would, but I just I don't think I want to spend that much time on the charts anyway.
You could go. What time do you stop at?
Usually just before Raquel starts, so like 11:30, 11:25, something like that. I think I'll go till then, and then we'll see. I think, well, either way, if we get a trade here on GJ, then I'd call it a day after that. But I mean, yeah, I don't think I'll go that long. That would be. Why is so he's not streaming today then? Why is nobody else streaming today?
Rakeel's on vacation. Monty, I don't know. Maybe Monty's coffee machine broke and he can't stream.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe GJ is not gonna give us that entry over here. We'll see.
Yeah, if it could push up a little more, and then the next 15 go bearish, that would be ideal for me. But
yeah,
I've noticed this time, it tends to do, like the candle will close kind of like this, sometimes with a little bit bigger of a top wick, and then it just goes through, like it'll create that like support or the lower low to pull back, and then it'll just close underneath it right away on the next candle, and then just run through it. Is what I've noticed between like 3 and the new 4-hour start. It likes to do that. Oh, it did it actually up top.
you can annotate if you want.
Yep, right here.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So
you see how there we get our pullback, and then we just kind of close right at it, and then we just run through it.
Yeah,
it does that a lot. But I've tried taking that during New York, and it does not work as successfully as between like 3 and 4:30 p.m. Central Time or a.m. Central Time.
Yeah, I would agree. I would just say that I think if we can get like a 15-minute kind of closing strong over here, then we should. So that would make the 30-minute close bearish with a wick to fill, which I think would be good for then the next one to continue moving down. But at the same time, what we also don't want is, to get caught with a further retracement, because we didn't really come back up to retest this area. So I think it's important to wait for this 15-minute to close. But what I see happen a lot is we'll see something like this where the 15-minute starts to pop up into this area, close at this area, but then the next candle may come down and just break the low with no confirmation, and then just continue pushing to kind of fill this range. So that's another thing we're going to be looking at. But I'm just gonna wait, see how this candle closes, and then we will assess it from there. So we've got 5 minutes over here. Technical issues with his screens or something. Quality content on here. Harrison, keep it up. Thank you, Sam. On the 1 hour, it looks like a pullback in a bullish trend. Yeah, I would say it is in an uptrend, based on like the overall trend, if you want to say. But I mean, if you look at the candles, if you read the price action that's happening right now, we're closing below support. So yeah, I think at this point there's a higher probability of continuing down. But with your idea, like, you have to look at the market structure. Like, market can come all the way down to these low points and still continue pushing up later on to be in that uptrend. So you have to be willing to give short-term, well, if you're a scalp trader, of course, you have to be willing to give these short-term trades a go, unless you're someone who purely wants to wait for pullbacks for a further push of the trend. Then that's fine. Obviously, that's still a great way to trade. But me personally, I'm always just reading the price key levels, and just looking to see where candles are closing, and just looking at probabilities of price reaching certain other key levels. So yeah, let's look at the 15-minute now. Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna come down over here and not give us an entry. But yeah, it's a Monday, so it is what it is. Oh wow, look at Euro JPY. Looks like I did come back down to support. It's actually breaking below support. So I think if you're looking for sells on Euro JPY, I think you'd want to see a minor resistance formed to continue moving down. You kind of have this area over here to kind of be aware of, but I think with volume, you may be expecting, if a minor resistance is formed, to break beyond that, and then you have this clean traffic to left hand side coming back down to 124, 400, 390. So, but you have to think, it's dropped all this way. So yeah, I think the safer bet would be to wait for some form of resistance, something along those lines. Look at gold. Gold tapped into this support and is starting to reject. So if we look at gold's a good example of what you were talking about in terms of the uptrend. So if you're looking for buys on a certain particular pair, price has come back down to a key support level. So if we see a support formed here again, you could argue that it's respecting that bullish uptrend to continue up to retest these high points. So it's something else we could look at, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that by the time the stream has finished. Okay, so this 30-minute does look good, but at the same time, I'm very wary of this right now. I am very wary of this because I see this happen a lot, where the next candle closes bearish, and then we start to pop further back up and do some form of retracement. So yeah, let's wait. Let's wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then we will assess the situation from there. What's the stop gonna be? Yeah, it could push bullish. I mean, I think for that to happen, this 15-minute candle will need to start coming back up into the zone. So effectively, that will be the 30-minute candle coming back up into the zone. Because if it's respecting this area, then I think it can continue moving down. But yeah, we'll see. Also, it looks like a support on the 4 hour. I mean, if you look at it again in terms of reading candles, right? If we treat the 4 hour like we would any other time frame, this was the resistance that we broke out of. Price has created a high. It's now doing a retracement. So, I mean, if you were looking for buys, then you could argue that a support at this area would make sense to continue moving up, because this was the breakout, and we may want to do that retracement to form a support to continue moving up. But then, you know, there's also the traders that will look at, well, we have this range here back down to this area, so maybe they want to take a sell back down to that area. But yeah, it does make sense. But I don't think we're going to get this sell over here. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, I tend to not like this right now, I have to admit, because stop's going to be like 8 pips. Yeah, I'm not so confident in taking a sell right now. So yeah, I think I'm willing to miss this one. I wanted to see a further pullback. I wanted to see a bit more of a retracement, because the hourly is still open as well. So yeah, if I miss it, I miss it. I'm willing to accept missing this move over here. Yeah, it does look bearish right now. I think it should continue moving down. Yeah, I'm very skeptical. I want to see something that I really feel confident in, I really like, so I'm not going to rush on a Monday. Yeah, just looking at the 30-minute. The thing that I see happen a lot is people will take a sell now because, you know, their next candle closed bearish. And then we'll just get this candle pull right back. And that's what I don't want to get caught in. So I'm going to wait. I mean, if it does come down, it comes down. It's just, it is what it is. Paul, you streaming tonight?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. I'll be there, mate. I'll be there.
Sweet. Should be fun. While I wasn't streaming, I did a bunch of fun updating to make it more interactive, so.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to work out over the weekend, like, how to, like, make your own stuff on Streamlabs and, you know, create, like, a, you know, that whole, you know, that whole background thing you've got, but I was watching a YouTube video. It's quite actually difficult.
If you're not doing anything later, hit me up. It's actually, I think you're just doing something different, because everything's pre-made.
Is it?
You just click it and then kind of edit it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because I was looking at it and I was like, all these gaming ones, they've got all these like zombie backgrounds, and I'm like, well, that wouldn't suit my banner, so I just thought maybe
the background is just random. The background's not there.
Right.
All that's there is like the overlay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll sort out later, but looks like GJ is gonna continue dropping over here.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't look very trustworthy, to be fair. I didn't like it either.
No.
It made sense. I mean, sell resistance in a downtrend, but price was already at the low, which was that wick. So
yeah,
any further move past there is kind of just like a gift.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, like, if you think about this in the long run, you have to think, how many times is that going to work? And I'd always want to be maybe a little bit more conservative to that sort of kind of structure. So I'm happy missing it, but we still called it out. We still, you know, we've got our target, etc. So it's always nice to see it play out. But if you can't get an entry, you can't get an entry. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, I think the 30-minute could still pull back and go back to that resistance it made on the 15.
Yeah. Maybe it does look like it wants to drop, but I mean, again, like, I just don't like it when in the first 3-4 minutes it's just dropping it like that. It makes me skeptical. Yeah. Oh wow, gold closed below the support over here to left hand side, but can close with no wick to the bottom. We also have this minor support area here as well. So I think if people are looking for further sells on gold, again, it need to be a minor resistance because it would be pretty risky to take a sell over here. So you're trying a new thing with gold, aren't you, Paul?
Yeah.
How's that working out?
We'll find out this week.
Yeah.
It worked good on Friday. Did first trade ever, caught like 110 pips.
Nice.
Then I lost one, then I won one.
Nice.
And then I simulated it over the weekend. That went really good. Did like 79% in a month.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then yeah, we'll see how this week goes. So I think it'll be fine. I don't think I'm gonna make 79%, but
Well, we
if
can
I can
aim.
make 12 or 10.
You can certainly aim. We can certainly aim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't like this. I have to admit, but it did. Yeah. Looks like it played out over here. GJ sells. Didn't get an entry, but that's how it goes. Let's look at G-CAD. Yeah, G-CAD's not really
Yeah, I'm
doing
still
much.
waiting for it to break support.
Yeah, it's just very slow over here.
CAD's got holiday too. USD and CAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at that. We're just maybe expecting that the pound would be the sole push
Mm-hmm.
through like the London session with CAD, but maybe it is taking some effect of volume. That's why we're not seeing this same sort of push as GJ.
It looks good still. It just looks slow.
Yeah. Ooh, Euro JPY is still dropping over here. Look at the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours coming down. Yeah, it does look like a simple break and retest on the 1 hour time frame, but it just didn't really do that. Didn't really do that proper retest that I'd like to see. Yeah, so those of you who took sells on the 30-minute, keeping the stop above the 15-minute, looks like that was the play that played out. I was just a bit more, like I've said, skeptical about it. Yeah, we nearly had 60. I think we had 60 people in here at one point just a minute ago.
Yeah, it's 63.
Is it? Oh,
Yep.
It says 58 on my Streamlabs. Oh well. That's still
Be 100 soon, innit?
Yeah,
Give it a
man.
couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'll probably do like a giveaway or something at 100. That'd be good. Encourage more people on the stream. Oh. Once it broke 137.445, I placed a sell there, and a quick retrace filled me. Are you talking about when this candle did a retracement? You took a sell? Yeah, that's what I was saying about maybe need to wait for the candle to close. Because then once the candle closed, if you're looking for sells at that point, it'd have been a much safer sell, as you can see. But just didn't get to execute on that this morning. Looks like GJ is still dropping over here. I think if it can close below this resistance, and it can form a minor resistance again, because we've had this drop, form minor resistance. I think we can continue moving down. We have a couple of areas. Let's look at the daily real quick. See what the daily's doing. Oh yeah, see the daily is coming down hard right now. See, this is what I was worried about, was that I didn't think it was gonna correct more than 50% of this down move. So I think once we break the low of the previous daily candle, we can see at that point we have a clean move back down to support. So that will be a good swing sell if we can do that. Let's measure that. Kind of yeah, it's like 90 pips away. So I think if like the 4 hour can do like a fake out or break below. So I think once the 4 hour breaks below this support over here, should be a catalyst for that continuation. This support is a very important level, 136.800. So yeah, it looks like GJ was the move over here.
I was going to ask, the that breakout on GJ, it kind of broke below the last 5 minutes, and if you were getting that push in the last 5 minutes, would that mean there's a higher chance of it to then continue down rather than it just like being below for like 15 minutes?
I would say that doesn't necessarily make a difference, because I mean, if it closes below, it closes below, whether it's it does it straight, or like if it's say breaking below like the first half of the candle and it still closes below, I would still treat that the same as if it closed below on the last 5 minutes, because candle's going to do what it's going to do while it's open, but where it closes is the point at which we then assess the information that we have, because while the candle's open, it hasn't printed yet, right? So if you would like maybe to look at that theory, you could, okay, so the last 5 minutes of that 30-minute candle closed below support, so that maybe you could look at. But I mean, I would just treat it the same, to be honest. But I see what you're trying to like trying to get at. So yeah, it makes sense, but I would just treat it, just stick to if it where it closes and things of that nature. Oh wow, look at gold over here. Looks like it's doing like a fake out. I think G-CAD's ranging. It's just ranging right now. Look at the retracement it's doing. Paul, you gonna jump on tomorrow? If you're around. Oh, I think he must have gone to do something. Oh wow, look at this pullback here on GJ. May leave us a nice wick to fill. Yeah, it could leave us a nice wick to fill, so I'm not ruling anything out yet, but we'll see how this, yeah, see what happens over here with the 30-minute candle. Yeah, it does look like it's pulling back right now, which isn't a bad thing. This is a good thing, because if we look on the 15-minute, it may give us that opportunity, right? So if the 15-minute candle can do a retracement and then we get a resistance formed here again, that may mean that we get like a 30-minute candle come down and fill this wick. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on what happens over here. But we'll probably go to our normal time, and then if nothing happens, then we'll just call it a day. No trade on a Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off from trading like anything past pre-New York now for a while.
Yeah, just see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't really seem to find many things really with G-CAD. It gets a bit tricky to predict.
Yeah, it seems to just have some form of push round about like this sort of time, and then either dies out for New York or just gets very volatile. Yeah, it looks like the 15 minutes doing a retracement, which is good. Very good for us. I mean, if we do look at it from a 4-hour perspective, I mean, if we do start to reject this area overall, so if we do look at this area, right, this is a key level, because this is the point at which we rejected here before. Right, we were rejecting this area before, and then we had this breakout. Now the 4-hour is, you know, coming in, tapping into this area here currently. So I think we need to see supports formed, you know, kind of, you know, in this area up over here for price to continue moving up. So I think we start to see closes on the smaller time frames which we have within this vicinity. We could see a push through, but right now, you know, it looks like it's kind of reacting to it. So again, we may just want to wait for that resistance to be formed for price to kind of continue down, pushing through this zone if it's going to. Otherwise, if we start seeing supports form within this area, we could start to see it drive further up. So we're going to keep an eye on this. But remember, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. We didn't rush this trade for the sells, which is, you know, I think it's a really important thing. You know, I didn't like it. It's early on in the week. I don't want to start the week off with a loss. I know it would have played out, but that's just how it goes, really. G-CAD loves this price. Always makes it way back to it. Something for you to look at. Put a level there. See how many times it comes and goes from 1.71715. Okay, let's check it out. 1.71 715. Okay, let's put a little. Okay, check it out. Let's go to the higher time frame. See. Okay, so it's kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like the middle of this huge range. Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of key price levels, but it makes sense. I think if you're going to get a trade here on G-CAD, it'll be a break above this minor resistance, because then you have this clean counter to left hand side. But G-CAD's very wiki, like it could, like, I've seen it do some crazy things, like come all the way, tap into this and then start to drive up. So I think be a bit, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Right
I
now,
don't think I won't take them buys. I don't think today.
yeah, I think it's just ranging right now anyway. So, but GJ, oh wow, GJ's doing us a favor here. Yeah, it's like the yeah, that makes sense. If that works for you, man, then fair play. Wow, 15-minute is coming up over here. It's broken the high of the previous 15-minute. It looks like it's doing a big retracement. Looking at the 30-minute. Yeah, see, this is good though. This is good because it seems like the push down was maybe too early. So, I mean, if we do get this retracement up to this level and a further resistance formed here again, I think we're going to be good to maybe continue down. But at the same time, if we close back above this area, then maybe this is the 4-hour support, this liquidity being generated for the further push, right? So we're going to be looking at that. But we're going to... yeah, we're gonna maybe wait for this candle and then the next candle to close, and then we'll see what happens. Probably call it a day over there. So it's looking good right now. Doing a retracement. Got 3 minutes left. This 30-minute candle to close. So I think if you're looking for sells, I think a resistance formed over here would be good. But let's wait. Let's wait over here. Gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close, and then again we will look at that. Oh wow, it's pulling right back up to this area over here. Let's look at the 15-minute. Oh wow, look at this 15-minute candle. That is some retracement. Look at the hourly. Yes, the hourly is trying to close bullish potentially. So this is what I was thinking it was gonna do in the first half, was do like a pull up. So let's see. I think hourly could leave us a nice wick to fill. We just need to get a resistance formed. So it does look like this candle is going to close bullish. Looks like it closed at this area here. So yeah, just a little bit more waiting involved. Oh wow, we've got 65 people over here. Fantastic.
Picking up.
Yeah, man. I mean, if I did end up staying longer, I mean, I know I'd end up having more people come on, because obviously they watch, kill stream, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, just still going to be waiting over here for that minor resistance.
G-CAD looks like it's probably breaking above that area now.
Oh
Pushed
yeah.
up quite hard.
Yeah, I think wait for this candle to close and then we will see what happens. So this range is around 30 pips. Stop's going to be pretty big right now.
Yeah, just a bit too big.
Mm.
And the 15-minute as well is very just pushed up, in it.
Yeah, I think it does at this point look good, but I mean, yeah, stop's going to be pretty big. You maybe want to
close with a wick either.
Yeah, maybe want to wait to see how this next candle closes, because it may like close like this, like a weak bearish, and then you could look to take that impulsive trade, that one we looked at an example earlier. That's something that could happen, but I mean, I can't.
Would you say, like, you're saying earlier, if it closed weak bullish, you'd be less inclined to take it?
Yeah.
Is that just why would that be?
In terms of what? So from this example over here, where
Yeah.
we were talking about the fact that it broke above and it closed. Okay, so if we look at this candle, right? It's a nothing candle, right? Because it has no real, like, it closed bullish, right? But it's very weak, has no real direction to it. So I would just say that I'd always want to see like a healthy candle close, because then that's going to be much more confident in taking that trade. But when we have a weak bullish candle close, almost, in the way I see it, is it almost seems as if price struggled Does that make
Oh, okay.
sense? So I would see it like if price is struggling, then it's going to be pretty hard to take a buy if it's struggling to close bullish, right? So that's why we saw that correction. Now let's look at the 15-minute on G. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a missed day over here. Maybe. I'm going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then we'll see. But looking on the 30-minute, it may just do what it did on the 15-minute before and just continue pushing. Yeah, just going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Maybe the 30-minute. We'll see. Because if we look at the 15-minute, right, and let's say, for example, Kels, that the 15-minute candle closes like a week bearish, I would be less inclined to take a sell, right? Because then it's very weak. There's a chance that, you know, price may start to break up. So that's why we always want to see like a healthy candle close, and then you're going to have much more confidence taking that sell. See, like right now, I don't see any confirmation. Yeah, this is just, it would have to have been like a very aggressive entry up over here at the 30-minute. I'm not liking it right now. I'm not liking it. We need to see this 15-minute maybe create that wick and then close bearish, and then can attempt the sell to continue moving down, but it may not give us that tier today.
Yeah, G-CAD's moved like 20 pips in the past couple of minutes, just completely rejected.
Oh wow, yeah, man.
Look at that.
Yeah, nah, screw that. That's like, you know, literally I said, didn't I, that it could completely wick down into this area.
Yeah, it might be doing that. Yeah.
Start to drive up. So these are good things though to keep an eye on. Yeah, GJ's coming down. We had no 15-minute candle close in our direction. Man, today's been difficult. Today has been difficult. But, hey, we didn't lose. We still got our capital. So, as someone said last night, we live to trade another day. See what gold's doing now. So gold closed bullish. It looks like it done a fake out over here. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah. But at the same time, it did create like a lower low. So I don't like, I'm going to stay away from gold right now. I'm staying away from gold. Euro JPY is doing a retracement. So again, this is what I was talking about. I want to wait for that minor resistance to be formed. There's going to be a much better opportunity to take a sell. So if you look on the 15-minute, you may want to just maybe wait for like a 15-minute candle to close bearish, something along those lines, to continue moving down. Let's look at GJ. Yeah, I'm waiting for the 15-minute here to close. I'm still a little bit skeptical about this whole thing that's going on, but we'll see. If we're going to get a trade, it's going to be the last 15 minutes of this 30-minute if we're going to get one. What's going on, Jamal? Welcome. Oh, I didn't press play. Unless people want the music on. Make it a bit more chilled. So 15 minutes doing a retracement. We definitely want it to close bearish up over here. But that is still going to be, remember, a weaker confirmation. Because the previous 30-minute did close bullish. So yeah, definitely going to need to see at least a 15-minute candle close in our direction. Otherwise, yeah. Let's wait for the 15-minute and then we can assess the situation there. Because maybe this 15-minute candle was just like a pullback candle, and then if we get that resistance formed again, we should get that continuation. So we've got 5 minutes left here for this candle to close. What's G-CAD doing? It may be a case of when maybe a count. Yeah, no. I think I would just stay away from it right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's generating some liquidity from this support, maybe to drive further up. But yeah, I wouldn't be touching it right now anyway. Do people in the stream want some background music on just while we wait over here, or it's up to you? It's up to you guys. Yeah, the disco tunes, man, they were making me laugh. Someone said they were really loud though. Well, I didn't think it was that loud. Is that really loud? pretty sure you should still be able to hear me over the music, but if it's too loud, I'll just turn it off. So let me know. Get some more disco tunes in it. Cool, that was a bit of a intense song. Yeah, if it's too loud, man, let me know. Still waiting for this 15-minute counter to close. Okay, that's good. Cool. So the 15-minute candle is coming to a close over here. We've got 5 seconds left for this candle to close. So I think I'm still skeptical, but I think if this candle can come and make like a top wick first and then start to come down, we will, yeah, I'll think about taking a sell. So stop's gonna be above the previous 15-minute candle, which is around 8 pips away. Then retest the lows around 12 pips. So yeah, the thing is, it starts to come up. See what happens over here. We've seen this sort of candle structure on GJ before in the 30-minute other time frame. So usually, you know, this candle should start come up and then start to drive down. But I think as long as we keep the stop above the previous 15-minute, we should be good to continue moving down. So, in fact, we entered in a short position over here, keeping the stop above the previous 15-minute candle and expecting price to continue moving down. But yeah, I was gonna maybe take it as it was coming up, but then I just thought it's gonna be a lot more simple just to yeah, keep the entry on the close, and then it's just gonna be a lot easier.
The 2 lots this week, are you up in it?
Yeah, we're up in the risk a little bit over here. Yes, typical day you get paid to wait. Yeah, so basically the idea here is the fact that the 15-minute candle closed bearish, so we had a minor resistance formed at this level. Expecting this 15-minute candle to, you know, create like a top wick is fine, and then continue pushing to retest the low, meaning the 30-minute candle should come down and fill this range. And then if we look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour should come down and fill this wick, continue moving down. So that's basically the idea behind this trade. But we'll see what happens. Even if it's a losing trade, you're gonna get to see how we manage the trade live. Which is most important thing, but we're gonna let it play out, do its thing here. So I think this is like the only opportunity I was willing to give it, because, you know, over here you could argue this was the move, but then at the same time, you know, it's formed that resistance again. We look at the higher time frames and it does look good to continue moving down. So yeah, this is the one trade I'm going to take for today, and if it's a losing trade, we come back tomorrow and we do the same thing. So if you haven't already, guys, please go drop a like on the stream. If you haven't subscribed, then that would also be great. Yeah, not phased by this 15-minute candle right now. Just want to let it do its thing for a minute. Would usually wait for the low to be broken, but why not give it a chance with them? I appreciate that. I just think if you take the sell down over here, I mean, you're missing out on, you know, this much. Yeah, 5 pips. You're gonna be a lot, you know, and then you've got what, 6-7 pips to retest the low. Stop's gonna be much bigger. So yeah, I think, you know, you have a minor resistance formed. So you have a minor resistance formed. Price made a low on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute. This candle maybe was just a retracement candle, is what we're looking at. We now have that resistance formed. So the high of the previous 15-minute candle should be respected for price to continue moving down. That's the analysis here. So for the, you know, for this low to get retested, we need to see, you know, this wick get filled and then broke beyond. So I think, yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend an entry down over here, because then you've only got this much amount of securing, because you always want to secure at the low, and then, you know, stop is always going to be up over above the previous 15-minute candle. So you have to be willing to accept that that would be a much riskier trade, etc. So 15-minute candles pushing down over here, looking good to continue moving down. So hopefully we can get a winning trade today. I'm waiting for the 30-minute candle to close below the previous one before entering on your trade. Any thoughts? Yeah, if you're waiting for the 30-minute, then you're waiting for the 30-minute. I think that's good. I just saw the opportunity on the 15 and was looking to execute. So now 15-minute candle's coming down over here. Hopefully going to surpass the low of the previous 15-minute candle. Yeah. So at this point, if price comes back to, starts to flip bullish, if the 15-minute candle starts to flip bullish, I'm going to close 50% of the position. So this is where I'm going to really start to manage the trade, right? Candles starting to push into my direction. I know it's not a lot of profit. It was only up like 3 pips, 4 pips of spread. But essentially, at this point, you don't really want to see it start coming up, flipping back above this area here. You want to see price continue moving down. So, yeah, I think if it comes up and flips bullish, or anything like that, we're gonna start to really mitigate the risk. But I definitely want to see this candle start to drive further down. It's a Monday, so we're definitely going to be very on the ball with the risk. And then we just leave the rest to run. So, we've got 71 people over here. Very nice. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the last 5 minutes of the 15. But definitely do not want to see it come back up above my entry. Otherwise, we'll be closing 50% of the position. So this is just my way of trading. So EJ played that nicely. Let's check out EJ. Yeah, EJ's creating that minor resistance as well. I think if it breaks the low of the previous 15 minutes, should continue moving down to retest the low. So EJ looks good. GJ hopefully can give us something here today. The music is now perfect. Oh, okay, good. Didn't want it to be too loud. It's just very hard to tell because I've only got it playing in my headphones, so I can't particularly tell. You close half when it didn't hit your TP or BE. No, I'm gonna close half if this candle flips bullish, because we're expecting price to continue moving down. So I don't want to see this candle flip at this point, right? It's pushing in our direction, so definitely do not want to start taking a loss over here. Got my finger on the trigger to close half, otherwise expecting price to continue moving down. It's 70 people in here at one point. Fantastic. I think NY session will have big volume. Well, New York it's USD bank holiday, right? So MY session is probably going to have less volume in general. But I mean, of course, you know, the London sessions all throughout the day as well. So we're going to have that volume coming through as well. So common GJ, hopefully we can get something nice here now. Last 3-minute push, last 2-minute push. Really going to be keeping an eye on, at this point, you know, we've got 3 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. We do not want to see this 15-minute candle come in bullish now. This would not be good for price to continue moving down.
Yeah, you got G-CAD is still struggling to break below support.
Yeah. Yeah, GJ. Yeah. We'll see. I thought holiday is only for CAD. No, it's USD and CAD holiday. I don't want to look at the 5-minute, but we can look at the structure. Stay away from the 5-minute. Focus here on the 15-minute.
Could you expect the next like 15 minutes / 30 minute to wick up first? Would you then still close half?
Yeah, I'm still gonna close half as this 15-minute candle starts to come up, because then at the same time, you know, I don't want this 30-minute start to do a full retracement and closing above this minor support. So I think as long as the 30-minute closes below this minor support, you know, that would be the 15-minute, you know, closing bearish. So essentially, you know, at the same time, it may come up and then close bearish, which at that point I still would have closed 50%, because I don't want to take the risk that this candle is gonna you know, close bullish. So yeah, I think we're good now at this point with like 1 minute to go, that as long as it stays below my entry point, it's gonna make the 15-minute candle close bearish, it's gonna make the 30-minute candle close bearish, and then at that point we can start to, you know, bring stop loss and start to tighten up our stop loss. But I'm gonna see, wait to see where this 15 closes, because a lot can happen in the last minute. Trust me on that one. So just really gonna manage the trade. I just always look at it like, what's gonna make price, what's gonna affect my trade that can make price go against me, and that's gonna be, well, okay, well, we're already bearish, so it shouldn't go bullish. We need this candle to close bearish for price to continue moving down. So all these kind of factors. See, look, last 30 seconds and it's already starting to do a little retracement, so gonna make sure that it stays below my entry. I'll probably hang on here for like another 15 minutes, see how the next 15-minute candle goes, and then we'll call it a stream, because I need to get down the gym. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. Okay, so 15-minute candle closed bearish, so there's no reason to close the trade at this point. But what I will do is, if the next 15-minute candle breaks the high of the previous 15-minute candle, at that point now I will close 50% of the position. Let's look at the 30-minute close below this support. So yeah, we could see like a wick up, which is why I just want to close like 50%. But if you're basing this trade on the 30-minute, I think it should continue moving down at this point. I'm just a bit wary of this weak bearish close over here. So we're just going to be good with the risk, and then we can hopefully see price continue moving down. But we do have candles print in our direction. I just don't want to see a break of the previous high. Okay. So still in the trade over here. Still in the trade. No reason to reduce the risk yet. But like I say, break it the high, and we will reduce the risk. Will you bring your stop loss above the last 15-minute high? I think once it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute, then I think at that point, yeah, that would be a good idea, because then we're not going to take a big loss if it does a full retracement. And it doesn't look like it wants to come down now, which is good. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, that makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see. It does look like it's kind of struggling over here. Yeah, I think once it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute, I think it's going to fill this range over here. But while the candle's still printing our direction, we don't need to do much. I just have a mental note that once it breaks the high of the previous 15-minute candle, definitely going to start to reduce the risk on the trade. But my overall position, like, I always want to make sure, you know, it's above the 30-minute, so it should respect the high of this 30-minute, right, to continue moving down. So that's the other thing we're going to look at. So that's why I wouldn't close full positions at that point. I would just close 50%, because I know that overall it should respect the high of the 30-minute to continue moving down. So that's where we would just leave the rest of the position running. Oh, okay, nice. So starting to push over here. Hopefully it's going to continue pushing. See, like, definitely at this point, right, you know, you don't want to see it start to come up and break the high, because at that point it's gonna, the probabilities are gonna be a lot harder. I think it should continue moving down. Yeah, once we've secured positions on this trade or managed the trade, I'm going to call it a session. But we'll see what happens over here. Let's check out EJ. Yeah, looks like EJ should continue moving down as well. Broke the low of the previous bullish candle. Starting to push down. G-CAD. Yeah, I think G-CAD's just ranging there, Kels. I would just maybe just stay away from it today now.
I'm just calling it a day. I'll just see how this trade goes for you.
Oh, perfect. All right, yeah, cool. Hopefully not going to be too much longer, mate. I'm hoping...
Nah, looks good now.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to see a push now. Here we go. Oh, nice, nice, nice. There we go, GJ. Okay, guys, so 15-minute candle has broken the low of the previous 15-minute candle. So I think at this point we are expecting price to continue moving bearish. Look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30 minutes coming down. It's broken the low of the previous 30-minute. So now at this point, right, if price comes back to my entry, I'm definitely going to be closing 50%. Okay. We're in profits now. We're up about... So I'm up about 4 pips, 5 pips with spread. So once we hit 10, we're going to secure positions, and then we're going to let the rest run. Oh, come on, GJ. Let's have a nice win here for the first trade of the week. Oh, yes. Man, I can't tell you how it feels to call out live trades and just see it play out, see the profit. Is a different feeling, man. Oh, there we go, GJ. Come on.
Gives you that extra confidence, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's taken me a long time to build confidence in my own analysis anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point we should be good to continue moving down. So if anybody's in this trade right now, I would just say at this point you would not want to be taking a loss, right? You're in profits, you're up what, maybe 6-7 pips. You don't want to be seeing price flip on you. Oh, there we go. Come on, GJ.
Look at that.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so secured some positions down over here. And then we're going to let the rest run. So I think at this point we're going to bring stops to break even, and we're going to see what happens. Yeah, just going to let this trade run now. To be fair, I didn't even get to secure a lot. I just secured like maybe 6-7 pips, but yeah, it's alright. It's okay. It's only a Monday. Profit's profit. That comes with time. Yep, no problem. So if you caught this trade, drop a like on the stream. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm leaving a one lot running right now. I closed the one lot, and then we're gonna let the rest run over here. Man, this is just a perfect example, right, of what someone was saying earlier. You get paid to wait. We waited here. We missed the drop. We missed. We was waiting for the retracement, and then there we go. Thank you, Slade. Appreciate it. Thank you, Connor. Yeah, if you guys could drop a like, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, I don't have any air horns, but I'll have to sort that out. Yeah, maybe I'll sort that out. But that is kind of Raja's thing in it, so. Yeah, so I hope people secured some profits. I know I didn't actually secure a lot of profit, but profit's profit. It's just a Monday. And to be fair, it moved pretty quick, right? It came down, and then it did like a retracement. So right now I've got 50% of my position still live. So, I mean, even if I don't make a lot, it's still nice to call a winning trade. Still nice to make some profit on a Monday. Always like to, yeah, do that. So hopefully this one lot I've got running can continue to push. We still got the next 15-minute candle. Still got this 30-minute candle to close. So been in this since 137.4 30. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you should be well into profits now. You should be, yeah, you should be doing pretty well over there. Yeah, man, this is the 5th winning trade in a row called out from the stream. Not one loss on the stream yet, so we're gonna try and keep that going. You didn't get 10 pips. What's your spread? My spread was like 1.5. My entry was like pretty much around here, and then yeah, they only pushed like 9.6. So I allow for spread, so I put in the spread. So basically I secure at 11.5 because then that's 10 pips overall. So as it was coming down to the 15-minute low, I was like, okay, I might as well secure some positions. And then as I was about to press close, it pulled up a little bit, so I kind of got slipped on the profit. But I mean, I think we should be good at this point to continue down. So I'm not so bothered about that. You know, that comes with time, man. That comes with time. And magic keys, and I need to actually, I haven't set up my magic keys on my new computer, so once I do that, it's going to be so much easier to sort that out. But yeah, I've still got my one lot running over here, and I'm just happy to make some profit for the day. Profit will be up on my Instagram in a little while, but we'll see how where this one lot takes us. Paul, are you there? Did you catch the GJ sell?
Yo, I'm here. I did not take it. I saw it. Looked good.
Yeah, it's pretty good trade.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah, it was just saying, like, there's a lot of waiting involved for that. A lot of waiting involved.
Yeah, it paid though.
Yep. We get paid to wait.
Yes, sir.
Can it reach 137? Oh no, he's just retracted it. Yeah, I think for runner targets, I think once we break this area here, I'll be looking at we have further clean traffic. So I think at that point the next target would be around 137, 180, and then if we can break that, we have this wick to fill down over here to 137, 100. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for this 15-minute candle to close and then probably call it a stream there. I've still got my one lot running, so yeah, we'll see where price can take us. So it's at break even now, so even if it doesn't go my way, it doesn't go my way. But we are risk free at this stage. Risk free. So yeah, let's see where the one lot can take us. Hopefully can make back for that little bit of slipped profit that I missed. I need to get my magic keys set up ASAP. That is a must. That's a real must. Yeah, I think this 30-minute can continue to push. Hopefully break below this zone over there, and then should be good to secure some more profits. Morning, Matthew. Yeah, I think this should continue to drop. Looks like GJ is going to continue to drop. Still got my one lot running, so we'll see where it can take us. Morning, new to the live stream, welcome. We're actually gonna close the live stream in a minute soon. Just see what happens here with this GJ candle. I'm probably gonna secure some more profits soon. So our target was reached over here, 137, 270. TP hit. Oh, nice. Come on, GJ. Let's drop. There we go. So 30-minute candle starting to drop over here. It's filling this wick. Still dropping over here. 15-minute candle had no wick to the top. It's just kind of like inching. What was your exit plan for this trade? So how I want to manage the trade was once I was in the sell, expecting price to continue moving down. So, you know, once this candle was coming bearish, we didn't want to see price come back to our entry point. So at that point we would have closed 50%, and then exit was securing positions at the low and then letting a runner run. But I think I'm just going to take the profit that I have in a sec, close here with some good profit for the day, and then yeah, I think we're going to call it a stream in a minute. Yeah, see if this can drop a little bit more, and then I think I'm just going to close full positions, take the profit and call it a day. Oh wow, look at this drop over here. Okay, so I secured everything now at this point. Profit for the day was £130. So secured I think around 7 pips, something like that for the day. So still a good trade over here. So yeah, £130 for that was what, half an hour's work. So yeah, so thanks everyone for coming. Hope you, oh wow, look at that. Yeah, just when I close that one lot, it decides to drop some more on me. But yeah, that's how it goes. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you had a good, hope you caught this trade. So if you caught this trade, please drop a like on the stream. As you can see, you should be well into profits now. This is up around 15 pips now, this trade. So really nice trade over here. So thanks everyone for coming, and we will see you tomorrow.
Cheers, Harrison. See you later, mate.
Yep. Thank you, Kelsey. See you tomorrow.
See you later, bro.
Yep. See you, Paul. See you tomorrow if you're going to come on. Oh, wow. Look at GJ now, man. It is dropping. Man, that was tech. If you wait for the 30-minute candle as well, that was a good call. That was, yeah, that's pretty good. So thanks, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. get a little video before we call it off here for the Instagram.